Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Princess and you are here to watch another science video. Today I want you to focus because we are going to review about our past lesson about materials and we are going to conduct an experiment. Remember guys when we talked about the different properties of materials? For example, you said that this table is made of wood. Other materials, such as this eraser, is made of two different materials. One is cloth and the other is plastic. As you can see, looking around, materials around us or objects around us are made of different materials. These materials determine an object's usefulness. For example, let's have this eraser again. If this eraser is just made of plastic all throughout, it will not be effective in erasing. The same way that if it is all cloth, even the handle, it will not be easy for grasping, and of course, our hands will get dirty. All around us, objects are made of multiple materials. Come and let's have a look at the door. Are you familiar with this? Do you miss this door? Do you miss our classroom? Well, let me show you how different objects are made of different materials. First, we have this door. And as you can see, or you can recall from your memory, the door is made of wood. However, it's not purely wood. This part here is glass. And this handle over here is made of metal. Do you know why materials make up an object? Aren't you curious why we have to use different materials for just one object? Well, let me answer that. The door is made of three materials. First, the wood. As you know, wood is cheap and so it is easy for us to find it. Second, it blocks most noise and it is safe for us to use. It is easy to mold or shape. And then we have the glass, which we use as a window. The glass in the door allows people to see inside the room and outside the room. Now the handle is made of metal because we need the handle to be sturdy, not easy to break, because we use it a lot of times. If the handle is made of plastic, you can guess what happens. Yes, it will easily break because of too much repeated use. Now, our topic for today is about testing materials. We are going to find out what materials are best in making an umbrella. Do you know what an umbrella is? Oh, good. Because you know guys, it's actually nice to talk about it. Right outside you will see that it's too hot. Too hot. And we all know that in Cambodia it also rains a lot in some months. So what you're going to do guys is to test materials. So a material is used, okay, depending on its properties. Like what I gave you as an example, the door. The handle is made of metal, the material is metal, because metal is more useful and better compared to wood, plastic, glass, and cloth. Metal is more reliable and sturdy compared to other materials. We use glass for windows because of its property. It is transparent, it's thick, it can also cancel noise. So as you can see, the properties of materials help us to know if they will be good for the objects that we are making. So in making an umbrella, we need to have objects that will be made of materials that are useful. How a material is used depends on its properties. Some objects are made of plastic because it is waterproof. For example, can you imagine what will happen if you try to put liquid in cloth? Will it be able to hold the liquid? No. And this is why it's important to use plastic. For example, in most water bottles, we use plastic because plastic is cheap and it serves its purpose, which is holding liquid inside the container. Now, some are actually made of cloth, and it's because cloth is absorbent. For example, our clothes, your shirt, is made of cloth. Cloth is very good in absorbing. What do they absorb? What do our clothes absorb? Our sweat. Our clothes are absorbent and it helps us to cool down. Next and last, some objects are made of glass because it is transparent, and other materials are made of metal because of its strength. Now let's go back to our question. Which material is good for making an umbrella? Hold on a second. This is a plastic container. At home, I want you to find a plastic container. Also, please refer to your books for this experiment. You will find pictures that could help you and also instructions that could help you on testing how materials can be, or how we can test materials to determine the best materials to use in making an umbrella. Remember guys, an umbrella needs to protect us from both heat and bright sunlight. Of course, in times of rainy days, it should also keep us dry. So it has to protect us from the rain. I want you to predict which material will be the best in making an umbrella by doing this test. So like I said, at home, ask mommy for permission, get a plastic container, and aside from the plastic container, I want you to ask mommy for a funnel. Okay. A funnel looks something like this, and we use it in pouring liquid from to a smaller container. So this is what a funnel looks like. Ask mommy for help. You would also need different materials. So I want you to get a piece of cloth, paper, plastic. All right. In your book, you will see the instructions. It says that you'd have to put the plastic container on a table, the funnel on top of the plastic container, and then inside the funnel, you have to put your materials. Okay, test the materials one at a time. So for example, you have your container, a funnel, put some paper in the funnel, and what you're going to do, because umbrellas need to be waterproof, you're going to grab some water and pour it in the funnel with your material there. I want you to pour it, and I want you to see, guys, what will happen. Is there any water that's going in the measuring cup or in the container? Make sure, guys, that you test each material that you have. So it should look something like this. You have your container. Okay, let's make it a good drawing. Yeah. have your container. Inside the container, here, please put the funnel. Put your funnel inside. And inside the funnel, put or place your material. So if you are testing, for example, paper, put the paper inside your funnel, okay? And then pour some water inside. If you see some water drops, it means it's not waterproof, or it could not really protect you from the rain. So it would mean that it is not a good material for making umbrellas. You can try it with paper. I'm sure you have paper at home. You can try it with plastic, any type of plastic. You can use a plastic bag. You can use plastic cover. You can use tape. Tape is made of plastic. And let's have one more. Wood. If you have any piece of wood, you can try that. Or if you don't have wood, try cloth. Alright? So these are the materials that you could use in your experiment. I'm not showing you the experiment first because I want you to find out the answers. I hope you have fun on this experiment, and when you come back to school, we are going to discuss our findings. You can have a note. You can take notes of your observation. Make sure that you list down what you notice and observe in your experiment. This will be helpful in us discussing our lesson and having fun teaching each other, and not just me teaching you. Maybe you can teach me too. Alright, anyway, this is the end, and I hope you have fun, and I'll see you next time.